Good afternoon and welcome to Rabkin Field in Union, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion football. Mike Forbesano here calling today's action as the Pope John Junior Lions 11 and under squad gets set to take on the Roselle Rams. The Lions 1-1 on the season, having defeated Union last week in Montclair by a score of 38-6, are looking to go above 500 and finish with the day being at 2-1. However, they have to get through a Roselle Rams squad that's home today, and we'll see if Pope John can squeeze out the victory. Let's go over the roster for the Pope John Junior Lions 11 and under squad. We start with number 1, Dominic Diarco. Number 3 is Lachlan Serdeval. Number 4, Connor Hart. Number 5, Betty Platt. Number 8, Charlie Formisano. Number 9 is Braden Colson. 13 is Evan Nisbeth. 15 is Roger Milner. Jared Hawthorne is also 15. Sean Klebitz, number 23. Declan Griffith, number 25. Braden Convey, number 26. Ryan Hart, number 30. Ryan Lambreglia, number 33. Wyatt Miller, number 36. Jacob Jessamaria, number 40. Tyler Killen, 43. Jude Cofrancesco, number 45. Robert Zwicky, number 56. And Anthony Grego, number 61. The head coach of the Pope John Junior Lions is Jared Cofrancesco, assisted by Dan Platt, Dan Lambreglia, Nick Colson, Jim Miller, and Rob Zwicky. The league president is Chris Bronco, league VP Dave Diarco, the team mom, Kathy Jessamaria, and the Pope John head coach and football operations director, Dom Gaston. I'm Mike Forbesano. This is Pope John Junior Lion football, 11 and under, as the Pope John Lions get the set to take on the Roselle Rams. And Pope John is heading out to the field as we speak. And we are almost set for football here in Union, New Jersey. Pope John just waiting for the Roselle Rams to come onto the field. We'll start at the 35-yard line as there are no kickoffs in 11U Pope John Pop Warner football. So Roselle will start with the ball at the Pope. No, actually, it's going to be Pope John starting with the ball at their own 35. First play of the game. Number 23, Klebitz under center. No clocks on the field as the referees will keep time and score. We'll try and keep score as best as possible. So the Roselle Rams and the Pope John Lions. First play from scrimmage from their own 35. Here's the snap to Klebitz. A handoff goes over to Jacob Jessamaria, and he gains about 3 or 4 on the play. Good run to the right by Jessamaria. That'll bring up second down. Jessamaria with a big game last week in the Union win. 38-6, the Lions won that game. Pope John in their road white uniforms trimmed by blue and gold, and white pants, gold helmets with the lion on the side. They are going right to left on your screen. Here's a handoff right to the right. That's Betty Platt. Betty Platt over the 50 and gets down to about the 45-yard line of Roselle. First down, Pope John. So the referee spot the ball at the Roselle 44-yard line. Pope John up to the line of scrimmage. First and 10, Lions. Klebitz is under center. 2 men in the backfield. The handoff goes to Platt. Platt rolls to the left, now cuts through the middle. Goes to the right. He's going down the sidelines. And he gets all the way down to about the 25-yard line of the Rams. First down, Pope John. So the Lions on the march. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line. Lions in the huddle. First and 10 from the Roselle 24. Back up, team. Clements takes us now. He goes over to Jess Maria. We got a flag on the play. We had movement on the line. Offside. It's going to be against Roselle. And so Pope John will gain an extra 5 yards here. They'll move the ball to the 19. 1st and 5 for the Lions. Early first quarter was just underway. No score. This is the first drive of the game, and Pope John is on the move. From the 19, 1st and 5. Clements under center. Handoff to Jessa Maria. Jessa Maria rolls out to the right and all the way down to the 6-yard line. First down, Pope John. So the Lions moving towards the red zone and into it now at the 6-yard line. 1st and goal to go. The Roselle Rams already at the line. Pope John now to scrimmage. Clements under center. 3 men in the backfield. He fakes it. Gives it over to Lambriglia. Ryan Lambriglia rolls to his left. Upfield and into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. Ryan Lambriglia from 6 yards out. And the Pope John Lions take a 6-0 lead. So 3 men in the backfield, and Clements chooses to give it to Lambriglia. And Ryan Lambriglia, his second touchdown rushing of the, I don't remember if he had one against the Union. So let's say we had the one against Mo Better, and he has one now. Here's the point after attempt to Betty Platt. Platt rumbles in for the point after. And the Lions grab a 7-0 lead. So 6-yard touchdown run by Ryan Lambriglia. Betty Platt with the point after. And Pope John jumps out to a 7-0 advantage. So a most successful first drive of the game for the Lions. Now Roselle will start from their own 35. 1st and 10. Roselle now up to the line. 1st and 10 from their own 35. 7-0. Pope John leads midway through the first quarter. No names on the back of the jerseys for the Rams. It just says Rams. So we'll just go with the numbers as we usually do. Quarterback under center. It's number 1. 3-man backfield. Quarterback barking out signals. Snap. Goes ahead, rolls to the left, and the Lions recover. A fumble by Roselle, and Ryan Lambriglia all over it. He makes the recovery. Turnover, and the Lions have the ball in plus territory. So, most successful first play on defense for the Lions as Lambriglia recovers the fumble. 1st and 10 for the Lions at the Roselle 30. Pope John up to the line. Clements under center. 3 men in the backfield. Jessa Maria, Lambriglia, and Platt. We got a flag on the play. And it's going to be against Pope John. False start. So they're going to move him back to the 35-yard line. That'll make it 1st and 15. So 1st and 15. Pope John. The Lions up to the line. Clements under center. Takes a snap. Gives a handoff to Betty Platt. Platt rolls to the left. Down to the 25-yard line and brought down at about the 23. So a run of 12 yards for Platt. And we'll make it 2nd and 3. Pope John on the near hash mark. They spot the ball at the 23-yard line, and we got a timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. Midway through the first quarter, 7-0. Pope John leads over Roselle. We'll be back right after this. Thank you.
That's right.
Welcome back to Union, New Jersey, as the Pope John Junior Lions 11 and under squad are taking on the Roselle Rams. Midway through the first, and the Lions lead 7-0 and are knocking on the doorstep again. Just outside the red zone, they're at the 23. 2nd and 3. They've got to get to the 20 for the first down. Pope John up to the line of scrimmage. Clements under center, 2 men in the backfield. Here's a handoff to Betty Platt. Platt rolls to the right, now through the middle. And he's brought down at about the 18-yard line, but good enough for first down. Referee's going to spot the ball at the 17, so make it 1st and 10 from the 17. A run of 6 for Platt.
I wasn't paying attention. You don't want to see the fat guy run. Nobody wants to see the fat guy run.
Pope John up to the line. Clements barking out signals. 3 men in the backfield now. Handoff goes to Lambreglia. No, he keeps it. Clements kept it on a sneak. And he goes to the right, to the far sideline. He's going to eke out about 2 yards on the play. So, 2nd and 8.
Coach is at the 25.
So 2nd down from the 15-yard line of Roselle. Pope John up to the line. Clements under center. 3 men in the backfield. Ball goes over to Jesse Maria. Jesse Maria stopped right at the line, but a second effort, and he's still on his feet, and he gets down to about the 6, maybe 7-yard line. I'm going to say he's just, nope, first down. They're going to mark it a first down for Pope John. So now, 1st and goal to go. Ball spotted at the 6. Again from the 6-yard line. Lambreglia was in from 6 yards out last time the Lions were down here. Now we'll see if they can do it again. Clements into the huddle. 7-0. Pope John leads over the Roselle Rams. Clements, hands off to Platt. Platt at the 5, down to the 4. Gain of 2. 2nd and goal to go. Jesse Maria back into the huddle. Clements coming back in as well. Anthony Grego off for the Lions. And Clements has got to love this situation. He has 3 different viable options in the backfield at any given time. He's got Platt, he's got Jesse Maria, he's got Lambreglia. And it's a 3-headed monster back there. And they're able to run at will this afternoon so far. Here's Clements. He's got 2 men in the backfield now. The handoff goes to Platt. Platt barrels in. Touchdown, Lions. So, Platt in the end zone from 4 yards out. And the Pope John Lions go up 13-0. So, Pope John will now attempt the point after. From the 3-yard line. Pope John up to the line. Clements under center. He has Jesse Maria and Platt behind him. Handoff goes to Platt. Platt to the right. Platt into the end zone for the point after touchdown. Pope John leads 14-0. We are heading towards the late first quarter. And the Pope John Lions lead over the Roselle Rams 14-0. A great start for Pope John this afternoon. Timeout on the field, we'll take one as well. Late first quarter, Pope John leads over Roselle 14-0. We'll be back to Union, New Jersey right after this. Some start.
The other 35 must be the
Thank you.
Okay, other 35. You're the set man. Yeah, that's right. I had to run. You run. That guy's that's moving. I don't move anymore. Nor do I.
Welcome back to Rabkin Field in Union, New Jersey for Pope John Junior Lion football. Mike Formasano here calling today's game. Thank you very much for joining us on what has turned out to be an overcast Sunday afternoon. It was pouring rain about 2 hours ago. I mean, the field was absolutely drenched. But it is turf, so it saves the laundry bills for mom and dad later for the kids that are wearing white on white. White pants, white jerseys. It's turf, so no grass stains. It'll make laundry day a lot easier. And Pope John is making things a lot easier for their fans as they lead 14-0 as we start the second quarter. Pope John now going left to right on your screen. They're in their white uniforms trimmed by blue and gold. Roselle in their home grays trimmed by black and red. 1st and 10 from the 35. Quarterback in the shotgun. It's number 1. He'll hand off. That's number 3 for Roselle. And he's brought down by number 61, Anthony Grego. Grego makes the tackle and drops the running back for, well, about a 1-yard gain on the play. Ball spotted at the 36. 2nd and 9. Grego on the line along with Sertivo and Charlie Formasano and Tyler Killen and Evan Nisbeth. Second and 9. Quarterback in the shotgun, man in motion. Fake handoff, the quarterback will keep. He'll go to his right, and he's brought down. A gain of about 3 on the play. Number 33, Ryan LaBreglia. Number 40, Jacob Jessamaria, in on the tackle. 3rd and 6 for the Rams. Roselle's first drive of the game shorted out on a fumble, and it was recovered by Ryan LaBreglia. And Pope John was able to get the ball back. This second drive, 2 positive yardage plays for Roselle. A gain of 1 and now a gain of 3. So it's 3rd and 6 from their own 39-yard line. Quarterback number 1 in the shotgun. Number 5 in the backfield. Here's the snap. It's low. It's loose on the ground. And Roselle recovers. Number 5 jumps on the loose ball and is able to keep it for Roselle at least for a 4th down. So they lose 3 on the play, but they maintain possession. Jessamaria was all over that trying to pounce on that fumble. However, Roselle was able to recover. 4th and 9 for the Rams. Early second quarter, 14-0. Pope John leads over Roselle. 4-man defensive front for the Lions. Roselle still in the huddle. They're going for it on 4th down. 4th and 9 from the 36. Quarterback in the shotgun. Empty backfield. Goes to one. He'll roll to his right. Tyler Killen all over him. The pass downfield. Incomplete. And Pope John will take over. Number 43, Tyler Killen, applying the pressure. And the throw was errant. Pope John will take over. From the 36 of Roselle. That is where the Lions will start. 14-0. Pope John leads over Roselle. The third offensive drive of the game for the Lions. We are in the second quarter from Union, New Jersey. Lions in the huddle. Rams already up to the line. Here comes the Pope John offensive team. Center Jude Cofrancesco getting set. Hike to Klebitz. Number 23, and the ball's on the turf. Klebitz jumps on it. Sean just had no choice but to fall on it to make sure Roselle didn't recover that. He did get back to the line of scrimmage, maybe lost a half yard. So we're going to call it 2nd and 10. Now Klebitz up to the line with his team. Make sure that Cofrancesco and Klebitz are able to make the connection. They do this time. Klebitz rolls to his left, throws it downfield to Labriglia, and he makes the catch. It bounced off his hands, and I think it hit the Roselle defensive player in his chest, but the ball bounced back to him. Are they going to call it incomplete? They're going to say it's incomplete. They're going to say it's incomplete. They say it hit the turf. So
He never completed his move. He turned and dropped it.
Thank you, ref. So he never completed it, and we're going to mark it back down to the 36, 3rd and 10. 3rd and 11. Pope John up to the line.
5:20 and running, coach.
5:20 to go, second quarter. Klebitz will pitch back to Platt. Platt up the near sideline. Platt to the 25, still on his feet. And forward progress has him getting to about the 21-yard line. Great run by Platt up the right side. And enough for a Pope John first down. 1st and 10 from the 21.
Sorry, that's happened. That's what she said.
I'm not a pro here, okay? All right.
Come on,
That's not what he said in the beginning. No, I didn't say that. Nope. No, sir. Heard the word professor now.
1st and 10, Pope John. Lions up to the line. Already leading 14-0, looking for more. Here's Klebitz. Klebitz will keep, rolls to his left, throws downfield to Labriglia, out of his hands, and incomplete. The ball just popped out and landed on the turf. 2nd down.
I figured out they can run, but they can't catch.
I know, right?
So Klebitz back into the huddle. Overcast, humid Sunday afternoon in northern New Jersey. Lions up to the line. There's number 4, Vincent Fiore, on the wideout to the left. Here's Klebitz. Klebitz hands off to Jessamaria. Jessamaria pounds his way down to about the 12-yard line. Maybe the 13. So that'll bring up 3rd and about 2. Maybe about a yard and a half to go.
Yeah, it's always going to be on the hash.
So they spot the ball at the 12. First down marker at the 11. So we'll make it 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. Pope John coming up to the line. We'll call that a 9-yard run for Jessamaria. Klebitz under center. Hands it off. There's Jessamaria again, down to about the 5-yard line. And first down, Pope John. So the Lions knocking on the door once again. First and goal from the 5-yard line.
Yes, he did just got the first down. These kids are crazy. It's like he just got the first down.
Pope John to the line of scrimmage. Clements under center. Handoff. Goes to Labriglia. Labriglia rolls to his left. Toward the end zone. And he's in. Touchdown, Lions. Ryan Labriglia from 5 yards out. His second touchdown of the game. And the Pope John Lions lead 20-0. So 2 touchdown runs by Labriglia. 1 from Platt. A couple of extra points added on. And it's 20-0. Pope John leading over Roselle. Pope John at the 3-yard line for the point after attempt. Here's Clements. We got a whistle. Looks to be possible false start against the Lions, and it is. So they're going to move it back 5.
Center delaying the snap. He's delaying the snap. Everybody's moving.
Saying a center delaying the snap, so that'll move the ball back to the 8-yard line. Pope John will try the extra point from there. Pope John up to the line. In a market actually at about the 9, so Clements under center. He hands it off to Platt. Platt all the way to the right and into the end zone for the point after touchdown. Betty Platt from 9 yards out. And the extra point is good. Makes it 21-0. Pope John over Roselle.
35.
So we'll start from the 35-yard line as we do in 11 under Pop Warner. No kicking, no kickoffs. So we start from the 35. Roselle in the huddle. Coming up to the 35. Pope John already out there. Lions presenting a 5-man defensive front. Anthony Grego, Lachlan Certival, Charlie Formasano, Tyler Killen, and Evan Nisbeth on the line. We'll get the secondary for you later on in the game as well. Wyatt Miller in the linebacker position along with Braden Coulson out there. Number 15, Roger Milner, safety. First and 10, Roselle. Snap. Goes out to number 5, and he's brought down by Labriglia. So the high snap to the quarterback. He hands it off to the tailback. The tailback, number 5, brought down by Labriglia. And that'll be for a loss of about 3. Second and 13 from the 32. Late second quarter. Pope John up 21-0. Second and 13 from the 32. Quarterback in the shotgun. 2 men with him in the backfield. Man in motion. Ball goes up to number 1. He does catch it on the high arc. Rolls to his left. Trying to cut through the Pope John defense. And he is brought down at about the 38-yard line. A sea of Lions bringing him down. Wyatt Miller in on that as well as number 15, Roger Milner. Now we got a timeout on the field. Roselle taking a timeout. We'll take one as well. Late second quarter. Pope John up on the Roselle Rams. 21-0. We'll be back to Union, New Jersey right after this.
46 seconds.
Well, Mr. Formasano, we're doing great.
Thank you. You are. Guys, keep it up. Keep it up.
Yes. So if we win this, we're 50% of the way to the playoffs.
There you go.
Yes.
Great.
Very good.
Keep it up. Welcome back to Union, New Jersey on this Sunday afternoon in September. An overcast, humid, earlier rainy day, but not so rainy for the Pope John Lions. In fact, they are living life in the sun as they're up 21-0 over the Roselle Rams. Mike Formisano along with you, calling today's action. Thank you very much for joining us on this Sunday afternoon, the day that the NFL starts in earnest. They had the Thursday night game, Detroit upsetting Kansas City, but most of the teams get underway today. And so week 3 for the 11 and under squad for Pope John. They are 1-1 on the season, looking to go 2-0. 2-1, I should say. Here's the snap. High snap again in number 1. He hands off to 5. 5 cuts through the right, trying to get towards the first down marker, and he's held up there. Labraglia in on the tackle, and Pope John stops the assault from Roselle. They're going to mark the ball at just between the 39 and 40. Maybe we'll call it the 39, as it's not really on the 40-yard line. 4th down for Roselle. And they're going to run out of time. That's halftime here in Union. The Pope John Lions leading the Roselle Rams 21-0. We'll take a halftime break, and we'll come up with another stream right after this here on this page. So after halftime, we'll be back with you for the second half. We are at the half. It's Pope John 21, Roselle 0. We'll be back for second half action after this.